Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Pansota. Now, it's a major setback for the Shehbaz Sharif government. What are the reactions from the PTI workers and what are the options left for Imran Khan and his party at the moment?
Well, I think it's a historic decision. I think... Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Pansota, you're audible.
Yeah, I think it's a historic decision as far as my take on it is concerned. And I think Justice Bandial has chosen to live as one of the greatest Chief Justices of this country. And apart from that, I think for the first time in the history of this country, doctrine of necessity has been buried. Apart from that, what I want to say is that at this point in time, I think the political parties will have to gear up for the elections. The elections have been announced on the 14th of May, at least as far as Punjab is concerned. And PTI, like all other political parties, will be gearing up for the elections. But the only possible problematic situation can be that there will be a backlash from the opposition side. And I believe that has to be tackled and that has to be taken care of. But now, after the judgment by the Honorable Supreme Court, there will be an inbuilt mechanism in the judgment and the Supreme Court will take care of its implementation as well.
Right, Mr. Pansota. Now, just a few days ago, the Sharif government was clearly questioning the credibility of the judiciary and now this decision has come out. How do you assess it?
Well, as far as challenging the credibility of the judges is concerned, yesterday they started off by saying that they have an objection to the bench and they wanted to boycott the proceedings, but then later they withdrew their demand of boycotting the proceedings and went straight on the objection that was leveled to the bench. And the law on that is very clear, that if you level an allegation against one of the members of the bench or the bench in toto, I think in that sense it is for the bench to recuse. If they don't want to recuse, they can go further. And an allegation of substantial bias, a substantial allegation has to be leveled, which I think was not done in this particular case. Of course, there is a mistrust as far as the Supreme Court is concerned on part of the opposition, which is obviously the government at the moment. But I think that will not matter. The Constitution is very clear. Article 189, Article 190, 189 says that the decision of the Supreme Court is binding on all courts, all institutions. 190 says that all executive authority has to act in aid of the Supreme Court of Pakistan. So I think reading the Constitution or the bare perusal of the Constitution suggests that it will be the Supreme Court which will be calling the shots.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Pansota, for joining us from WION at this hour and sharing insights with us. We'll, of course, be tracking the story very closely. Thanks very much.